Gruesome discovery reveals secret life. The murder of Todd Morgan. It was a chilly spring afternoon on April 19, 2023, in Hudson, Ohio. The small, peaceful town had always felt safe. Quiet streets, friendly neighbors, and a strong sense of community. But that calm was shattered the moment police were called to the home of Dr. Todd Morgan, a respected professor and father, after he failed to pick up his daughter from school. Mary Thompson, Todd's ex-girlfriend and mother of his daughter, had grown increasingly worried. Todd never forgot his daughter, not once. When her calls went unanswered for hours, Mary called 911. "Something's wrong," she told the dispatcher. "This isn't like him." Police arrived at Todd's home shortly after. The back door was slightly ajar. Inside, the house was still, the kind of silence that seemed unnatural. The officers made their way through the tidy kitchen and found Todd Morgan lying on the floor near the back entrance, motionless. He had been shot 3 times in the back. There were no signs of forced entry, no scuffle, and no note. Just blood, silence, and death. Dr. Todd Morgan was a well-known figure at the University of Cleveland, a professor of modern history admired for his sharp intellect and passion for teaching. To many, he was a role model, a devoted father, a beloved teacher, a kind man. But as detectives peeled back the layers of his life, they began to uncover a different reality, one marked by struggle, secrecy, and emotional turbulence. Todd had been divorced twice. Friends described him as lonely and battling an ongoing problem with alcohol. More recently, he had been active on dating apps, searching for connection. Among his recent contacts was a woman named Tariana Pichelle. The investigation gained momentum when neighbors came forward. One reported hearing 3 loud bangs around 8 a.m. Another recalled seeing a black SUV parked outside Todd's home, an unusual sight. Reviewing security footage from nearby homes, police confirmed the SUV's presence and its departure shortly after the gunshots were heard. The vehicle's license plate was traced back to Tariana Pichelle, a 33-year-old woman who lived about 30 miles away. She was not a stranger to law enforcement. Tariana had once been a person of interest in a 2018 homicide case that remained unsolved due to lack of evidence. When questioned, Tariana was calm, almost cold. She admitted she had met Todd through a dating app 2 weeks earlier and had gone to his house the night before his death. Her story was vague. "We talked," she said. "Then I left in the morning." But physical evidence told another story. Tariana's fingerprints were found on the back door handle. Her DNA was on a wine glass in Todd's living room. Cell phone records placed her at the scene during the time of the murder. Most damning of all, a Glock 19 handgun found discarded in a ditch near her home matched the bullets found in Todd's body. Confronted with the evidence, Tariana's composure began to crack. She sat in silence for several minutes, then muttered, "I didn't mean for it to go that far." In her plea agreement, she admitted that on the morning of April 19th, she and Todd had an argument. He had told her he wanted to end their brief relationship. Enraged, she pulled a gun from her bag and shot him 3 times as he turned his back. She left him bleeding on the floor and drove off in a panic. To avoid the death penalty, Tariana accepted a plea deal: 20 years to life in prison for second-degree murder. During sentencing, she appeared shaken, her voice trembling. "I didn't mean to kill him," she said through tears. "I just couldn't stand being rejected again." Mary Thompson sat quietly in the courtroom, holding her daughter's favorite stuffed animal. When given the chance to speak, she stood up and looked straight at the woman who had killed the father of her child. "My daughter still asks me when her daddy is coming home," Mary said. "And every time, I have to find a new way to explain to her that he never will. You didn't just kill a man. You destroyed a little girl's world." A memorial was held at the university where Todd taught. Former students spoke of his passion, his humor, and how he made history come alive. He used to say the past never really dies. It lives in us, one student recalled. Now his story is part of our history, too. But not all stories are inspiring. Some serve as warnings. Todd Morgan's murder left a deep scar on those who knew him, and it raised serious concerns about the hidden dangers of online dating, the lasting impact of emotional trauma, and the easy availability of firearms. As for Mary and her daughter, life moved on, though it would never be the same. Mary enrolled in therapy sessions for children who had lost a parent to violence. She began writing in a journal, letters addressed to Todd, filled with the things she wished she could still tell him. She still draws pictures of you, she wrote in one entry. You're always smiling in them. I promise I'll keep that smile alive in her heart. Hudson eventually settled back into its quiet rhythm. But those who knew Todd, his students, his friends, his daughter, would never forget him. He wasn't just a victim. He was a man trying to find light in a dark place, a father who loved deeply, a teacher who inspired. And in the silence of his absence, his story continued to echo.